Yeah, that was what I was doing. Okay, so you're starting to swoosh in to Alderaan. This is when you put in your specific coordinates, Jack. As you're doing so, and like flying in and starting to go through orbit and stuff. And this is when the ship gets nice and shaky. R5 will beep a few times, and Carrie will say, "He says he's been here before. He knows where we're going."
Yes, he has, and yes, he does.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
He has.
Is all of this meant to be a surprise?
Not for you.
Right. Cool. Oh my god.
I'm still a little not good.
How's your lag?
Yeah, you know.
Still have a hole in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Anyways, I'm gonna just fly us in here.
Yeah, you're flying in towards the North Pole of Alderaan. Particularly mountainous and some frozen plains, although, you know, the North Pole is not as icy as Earth's North Pole. It still has a lot of greenery all year round. But these mountains are quite a dangerous path to take. So can you please give me a piloting planetary? I'm setting up the difficulty here.
Just to note, if you are planning on adding any black dice...
I am not.
Cool. I was going to say...
It's actually nice clear weather. It's just the difficulty of going through these like mountains, and you have to get quite close and low to the ground, which is never good on a ship designed for space travel.
So planetary?
Yeah.
And good to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ignore
Ignore
environmental penalties until the end of your turn. No, that's for regular. That's not for Starship. Sorry, hold on. Let me read through here. Perform a free pilot maneuver if piloting. That's probably what I'll have to do to try and just redo it.
Yeah, you basically get you take the approach incorrectly and have to kind of like swoop around again.
Readjust.
It does give you guys, you know, you glance out a bit of a view on. Kind of on the edge of one of these bunkers is a nice snowed on these mountains is a nice snowed-in bunker. You know, the kind of thing that just because of the design, it almost hides in aside from a landing pad. Man, if this was combat, you'd have a lot of fun stuff.
For one thing, there's no difficulty die it's against right now, so I probably need to re-roll it anyways at this point. Because I have to redo the check.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I cleared the thing. Please do it
Sorry,
again.
that's my bad. I should have said that.
It is your bad.
So, yeah. So I'll redo it.
Yeah.
Once you've put them in.
That's in.
I was about to do perception. That's not what it is.
That is not your beautiful wife.
There we go.
How did you get here? Are you gonna land outside or go into the hangar?
I think.
Of note, there is nothing on the landing pad outside. And it's an open hangar. It's just to look even less suspicious.
I think we go in to retain that lack of suspicion.
Cool.
Yeah.
You go and move on in, and with that advantage, you actually notice, you know, ship sensors going off, that there's no regular life signs detected. There's no ships either. No supplies, no anything. When you land and like can actually look around, you're in the inside of a hangar, very similar to like, you know, something like Hoth Echo Base. It's it's a hangar basically built into the rock and still has a little bit of that cave-like design. And while there are like pipes and cables and things hanging around and, you know, maybe a few computers, it's been completely cleared out. No sign of a scuffle. No carbon scoring or anything.
Shit. Okay, they've moved. Grats. There are computers here. Can you see if they left any trail of where they're going? And ideally, if you find it, can you wipe it after you get that information?
I mean, I can do all those things.
Okay.
But who?
Just
am I
look
looking
for any indication as to where the people who were inhabiting here went after this.
So you're gonna get out of the ship. It's cold, but not like painfully cold. But because it's an open hangar, like computer area, that's why it's kind of tucked in. Is actually the computer's terminals are like frozen over, and you need to like chip away at it and start. Makes it a bit more difficult. It's gonna give you a setback.
Computers check.
It is gonna be a computers check.
I'm good at computers. I'm a computer.
Are you? I always question whether you are or not.
I mean, I am, but
Yeah, okay.
It seems that whoever came here before, this was not a rushed leaving, and like clearly people were in this hangar. It has signs of life, not as like a permanent, military base, but as a meeting point, and maybe a place to store some ships and stuff. The computers they left behind were wiped. There's really no.
That's good, at least.
Yeah, they cover the tracks well.
there's nothing here, Capitan.
That's actually good. Okay. Well.
Your friends ghosted ya.
Yeah, I haven't been here in a while.
Interesting.
R5, you know any other locations?
R5 is like quietly wheeling around for a bit and like turns like the torchlight on and shows it the shadows and things, and then we'll kind of beep, and Carrie will kind of shrug with it and say, he does he mentions Aronta Regal's home. She was a military advisor and had quite a large estate.
It would be surprising if they went there, but possible.
It would be quite foolish, yes.
Yeah.
It's most
There might
likely
be
if they left, they
information.
left the planet entirely.
There might be
Well-
information there.
There's no way they did fully. They might have. Most of them. Well, I guess
What
I'm
are
going
the
home.
defense forces of Alderaan like? If there were many ships here, it would have been noticed on planetary sensors.
Yeah, if the planetary defenses didn't wipe that exact thing after they left, to keep their tracks hidden. Depends who you talk to.
There's a nice creak from the ice and icicles in the top of the hangar.
I think we're going to the capital.
Fun.
I love big cities.
You weren't. Trust
Oh,
me.
it's gonna be great. I'm sure. We can go and get some.
It's not going to be a
snacks.
city you're used to, but you are.
We can
Wow.
go and we can get go see like a show of some kind. It'll be great.
He's just gonna keep talking, so we can.
I need
probably
to go
just
You
talk
talk.
to
notice,
your
like,
friend.
Carrie, who never pays attention to Gratz, actually does, like, kind of perk up slightly at the mention of going to a show, but then will kind of start bringing stuff back into the ship, because it's clear that you're not staying here. But, it's useful to know this place is here.
Yeah.
It is still quite well hidden. It doesn't look like it was scuttled because it was discovered, which is good.
That is good.
You always need a basis like this.
Gonna take us back to the capital and back to my family home.
Okay.
But-
So,
Parking outside of the city and walking us to the family home. I don't.
are you gonna just park out in the forest, or are you gonna actually try and find a official place to park? It is illegal to just park anywhere, but that's
Yeah.
if they find you.
Yeah. No. Given that they know that my ship is my ship, and given that they would know exactly where to come find me if I parked it illegally. Yes, because of my family, I would probably just get a slap on the wrist, but I should park it legally. It's just generally courteous to park it legally. I am going to park it legally, but I'm going to park it on the outskirts of the city. So
you're not going into a major starport. There are always these like you know,
Exactly.
in Alderaan, it's literally just a really nice grove of land that's nice and flattened for ships even much larger than yours. When you approach, you know, this is like a hobbyist. This is actually probably a place you've been before. And like, Jack Cord, is that you? You have permission to land, you son of a bitch! Oh no, they missed my good impression.
We did hear right up until you son of a... and then it cut
Literally
out.
on.
I thought you did it
That's
deliberately.
That's perfect. That
was
is
perfect.
accidentally
That's
perfect.
I legitimately thought you deliberately cut yourself
Yeah.
off, and then
No,
I
but
realized you
that's
froze.
so. But that's good,
Yeah.
and I will
Oh, the
allow
transmission cut out.
Yeah, interesting. Huh. Who
guys
who
know
is this?
you.
Who is this man?
it.
That
Well,
you are-
why don't I get you a Star Warsy name? Because he's
Yeah.
got a name.
This is cat.
It's a good
one.
Yep.
But I absolutely didn't plan this old aviator. So guess what? Got to give him a name real quick.
Leonardo.
Leonardo's a pretty good name. Not gonna lie. His name is Leonardo. There's no better name now.
good.
I'm cursed by the fact that his name has to be Leonardo. But you could just call him
Hey, Leo.
Old Leo.
So
You land,
I'm
you know, you land the
assuming
ship, and the landing gear comes down and such. And this is just, you know, a nice grove. It's a little bit higher than the city, so you actually look out over it. And the capital city, Alderaan, is huge. It's huge, and it's, you know, for a Star Wars comparison, think Naboo, you know, because it's a very green city, a lot of water as well. Very high quality, rich. So very much Theed-esque, but even nicer and grander. It's you know, it'd actually be getting late because you landed. You've done a bit of a zip zoom, so it would be getting late, and so the city is illuminated in golds and yellows and blues in the distance, and behind you is just more windswept plains and things. As you know, you're getting down the landing gear. Old Leo would come by, and he's an old aviator. He's wearing like the jacket with the patches, but they're faded.
Yeah.
He's got a big white beard that's pretty well groomed and white hair. And you're like, ah,
just walk up, Leo.
cat.
Yeah, and you know, thank you for letting us land. Very helpful.
You're gonna. It's a-okay. Where you been? What you been doing?
I've been flying around. We've been, you know, just traveling the stars. You know, the old dream. Done some transport jobs. Got a fancy delegate out to one of those, you know, one of those nice quiet planets for them to retire.
Is that an R5 droid? You know,
It
a lot
is.
of people don't like them, but you know, I appreciate them. You know, I appreciate a bargain model. Like R5
yeah.
just like scoots behind Voka, who I imagine
Yeah.
is standing at the top.
Yeah, that's R5. He's a great little astrogation droid. I'm really thrilled with him so far. Yeah. Well, we're gonna be heading into the city, and I'm gonna be going and visiting, you know, the old parental units at this point.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I should. I'm in town.
Yeah, but I mean,
You know
I
how
could
it
come
is.
with you if you want a buffer.
I appreciate the offer, Leo, but at this point, I think it's probably important that that I face the music on my own. It's been a while. And he's gonna just clasp Leo on the hands there. He's just gonna kind of shake the back of his head and just say, you know, I know I've never let you touch the Thranta before. If you want, you can touch it up if you'd like. I know you've wanted to do a new paint job on it.
Oh, please, God, let
It
him
needs-
fix the ship.
It need, you know, this whole ship painted pure white, no rust would be beautiful.
if you want to do the touch-up work on it, and like you can see, like Jack is just like quivering at the thought of having Leo touch it, but simultaneously is like,
we'll see if we get time. How long you're here? I'll make sure that no varmints get to it.
How much would it cost me for the touch-up?
Full paint job, giving you family rates, probably $150. A lot of space to cover, but not that much.
Okay, let me think on that. And why don't I shoot you?
Look, Leo, we've thought about it. Do everything you can. We have a lot of space to cover too, and I don't want to do it in this ship. Have you seen? It's just a nightmare.
Okay, you know what? If it'll shut him up, here's 150 credits.
It won't.
Thank you kindly. I'll get on sorted on that. And he immediately goes and grabs like just a forklift, ladder forklift.
Yeah. Yeah, the scissor lift.
Yeah.
I know the one. Yeah. Okay, Leo. Thank you.
Thank God. How embarrassing.
We're just gonna take,
especially because the other ships here, and there are a couple others, are like rich boy pleasure ships, and not even like the size of yours. Like snub fighters that rich kids fly around in for fun. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
fancy, glossy, shiny.
By the time we leave here, how it is.
Fortunately, they can afford good locks.
Yeah, well, not that good. I think we should take the speeders out and bike.
You got the speeders.
Our way up. Yeah, and bike our way up to my old home.
Family estate.
Yeah, the family estate, which is actually probably way too swanky.
I could do the other speeder this time.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna.
Are you taking what? You can't take everyone because you can't take both R5 and carry because this is a 4-seater situation.
That's a good point.
Well, Carrie, it looks like you're gonna have to guard the ship.
No.
She's fine with that. Because she's got the long-range communicator. You can communicate her from a distance.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. Carrie, would you mind helping Leo out? He's a good man.
Fine.
Carrie, don't do it for free.
Yeah, get him to pay you a little bit.
No, get him to pay you a little bit.
You are the client.
No.
You're not wrong. We'll talk. Free flights were kind of...
Carrie, if you ever want to have rights, you got to stand up for yourself.
Hey, I'm all for the rights, but let's not go crazy here on you getting free flights places too. I'm absolutely happy to fly you anywhere for free.
At this point, Voka could be done like just strapping R5 on the back of a speeder.
Yeah,
it's a big chunky thing.
Congrats, you're with me. And
you can start swooshing through the veils, and it's even though it's getting late, it was beautiful. It's a beautiful time, and this is the kind of place where, sometimes there are streetlights just out in the fields because it's pretty. Okay, yeah. Alderaan is that kind of planet. It's the kind of planet where these fields out here that you're going through are designed to be the most aesthetically pleasing as possible, and then you get to an area where it is, large manors with lots of space between them, but still close enough you can see and go and visit the others and stuff like that. Why don't you tell me about your family manor and your parents, Jack?
Yeah. So the manor itself is like, it's swanky, but it's like that middle upper class swanky.
That's what I was imagining. It's not all the way.
Yeah, it is like it's old family swanky is what it is, because this is a family that has been on Alderaan for a very long time. This is an old house. This is old nobility. And it's well kept and everything, but the family itself has stayed mostly out of the politics. Jack has actually probably been more involved than his parents. His mom was the diplomat. His dad is an individual who is best described as one of those rich guys who collects cars. Because that's how Jack got into flying.
That's right.
Is through his dad, who has just random like bits and bobs of every different like kind of like ancient ship that has ever flown on Alderaan, but not enough of any of them to actually fly anything. Like
Classic.
he himself is not a pilot. That's part of the point. He's a collector.
He's an
He's a
enthusiast.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But he very much encouraged Jack to go into flying, whereas Mum very much encouraged him to be a diplomat. And so they've met in the middle, and he flies diplomats places and is also diplomatically trained. Yeah, no, and I mean, his mom is a very, proper person, very much the upper classes, rubs shoulders with people like the Organas and, folks like that. So Jack has had some interactions there. That's actually partially how he got into the circumstance he's in now with his job. And his dad is more of a hands-off, I don't really want to talk to anybody, but if you want to talk to me about ships, I'm gonna talk your ear off for like 6 days straight.
Yeah.
That's
big dad energy there.
Yeah. So Mum is very polite, Dad is very standoffish unless you talk about ships with him.
Cool. So you go and park outside where there is the front half of a deluxe speeder. Just waiting for the other half to be installed, but based on the length of the grass under it, where someone hasn't been able to mow, it's been there for a while. The lights are on downstairs, it means people are awake, and you can go and knock.
Yeah, and I imagine there's probably the butler who comes to the door.
It's either a butler or a protocol droid, your choice.
I think it would be a butler, because
I
the
think it would be a
whole thing
butler.
with Jack's family is that they are very manual with the things that they do, which is why he writes things down on paper.
Oh, because he's weird.
He's weird. It comes from his family. They tend not to have too many droids. They do have droids, but the staff are people generally. I really want him to announce my full name too, because it just makes sense, and that's just
it's your house though. So why would he announce his own?
Because I haven't been there in like 2
Bam.
years.
Okay, fair. The butler opens a door, as you would expect. Bald, elderly human.
Yeah.
Fine dress. Looks at you. Mild look of surprise. Looks past you. And then calls back into the house. It is Jackson Manfred Harris Corisville III of Alderaan and others. When you hear a slight clutter from the dining room as your mother gets up and
Jack
heads
elbows
over.
Boca in the stomach, by the way, for that chuckle.
Would be what you would expect of a middle-aged woman of finery, although being from Alderaan, they don't look as old as they are. Good medical. We're like, Jack, you've been along for so long. You've been gone for so long.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see you.
It is. We were just having 11s. So you and your friends, you can come in. Make sure that they take their boots off. We don't want you tracking mud through the house or grass.
Jack seems to have
or
lost
pollen.
his manners.
You
in
remember
space.
Boca, and this is Gratz.
I'll just extend my hand and say, "Hi, I'm Jack's best friend, Gratz."
Oh,
Also,
boy,
first meeting
so-
of the ship.
So precious.
And this is R5, and I motioned to R5 as well.
She nods. She definitely recognizes that droid.
Yeah,
There's no doubt.
yeah, no, and then I just say, it would be nice while here if I were able to see some old friends, Mother. So might need to arrange that at some point soon.
Well, of course. And your room is just how you left it.
Wonderful.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
And we can
It's
set
not
up guest rooms for everyone else.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And I'm sure that droid would need an oil bath. I'm sure stuff in the shed would still work for that. Maybe your father could work on that. Is that right, dear? from off in mumbling from off in the dining room. He's still drinking.
Gregory? It's my father's name is Gregory.
Oh, you're one of them children.
Yeah.
Was your father by their first name?
Yeah. Oh, he insists upon it is the problem. So it's not.
Oh, he's doing well. He's doing well.
Has he decided to talk to you about anything other than starships in the last month?
Well, we've been talking about picking up a summer home somewhere.
Oh, that's quite nice. I just spent some time in Katata. It was very nice.
What do you think about Katata, honey? It's like, yeah, it's warm. It might be nice. At this point, Gregory Cause will kind of he shuffles over, not due to any kind of infirmity. Just he's a shuffler.
Yeah.
And kind of looks over a lot of you.
I imagine he's got a bit of a belly nowadays.
He's got a bit of a belly nowadays. He kind of, taps his pipe.
Yeah.
Spice pipe? Question mark. I'm just
Yeah.
questioning whether spice pipes exist, but why not, right?
Yeah, why not?
And looks over. Like, Jack, you've got more friends.
Yes, sir. It's been an eventful month.
Tell me about the Franta. Oh, you must have been halfway over the galaxy by now.
Done some flying.
You're
It's seen better days. I will say that.
I actually am starting to doubt if it has. Have you seen the inside of your ship? And I just looked at him and I'm like, have you seen the inside of his ship?
I've
It's
been
insanity.
inside that ship. It was a beautiful ship. What have you done to it?
Well,
A ship like that's not meant for any of these crazy tricks that you do. It's meant for regular, clean flying.
Yeah, that's a big part of the problem, is I tend to go a little bit overboard sometimes. I'm the first to admit it. But let me tell you, that ship, it handles that like a beauty. I know you say it's not designed for it, but I have never had a ship quite just be willing to work with me as much as the Flint.
You never had a proper ship before.
That's true. We should change that at some point, don't you think, Dad? Sorry, Gregory. I'm so sorry.
I'm not buying you another ship.
All right. Fine. What about a new leg as I limp in?
What happened to your leg?
I was robbed.
Were you in a gunfight?
I was robbed. Yeah, no, I was robbed. We were doing a job for the Commerce Guild. Did I tell you I joined the Commerce Guild?
You can give me a big fat deception check, all right?
I did join the Commerce Guild.
Yeah, that's not the part.
Not the robbed, though.
That's not the part that matters.
All right, fair enough.
You know what? I'm going to up the difficulty because it's your mother. Go ahead. You can't lie to your mother.
Let me know when.
It's good.
Are you going to flip a dark side point on that by any chance? Because I think it would be really fun.
No, I'm not.
All right.
That would be good, though.
All right.
I just like the idea that Mocha's in the background just
neutral.
watching.
Just full neutral.
Yeah.
She gives you a look. Yeah.
That's the mother. You're hiding something.
You're hiding.
Yeah, that's, I don't know which part of this was a
Something's
lie.
wrong.
Something is not right.
Mocha's just in the background.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, like, well, you know, it's only a.
While you're here, you'll have to go and see Dr. Guarison. You have to see Dr. Guarison. He can get this fixed up properly. You know, he fixed your father's back when he had that accident with the
when the tractor fell.
It didn't fall. Just the braces
Sort
couldn't
of.
handle the strain of the.
Right.
You know, it was gold plated. It was extra weight.
Yeah, of course. Well, yes, no, Dr. Guarison would be a good choice to see.
I can call him up now.
Is
him up
he,
now.
by any chance, still working on the other projects that he was working on?
Well, he's a doctor.
Yes, the prosthetics is what I'm asking about. The prosthetic
He heals
projects.
people.
I know. I'm wondering if he's been working on any fancy ones. I'm just curious. Because I don't want him to look at my leg and think, hey, I can chop that off and put something fancy on there.
You don't want that? Because I think that's exactly what you want.
I mean, I'm like 50-50 on it right now. Okay? It's
I mean,
a very
it'd be pretty
terrifying
cool.
Let's
prospect
get
of
you
your
all
leg
in. Let's show you to your
Alright,
rooms.
Put like a blade on it. It'd be really cool.
Don't suggest
Of not
such things.
having a
He'll listen
blade.
to you. He'll listen. I just want something normal.
Retractable blade.
I want a normal leg. I want a normal leg.
You head inside.
Can I have your old one?
Maybe. No, wait, no.
Why
No,
do you
why
want
am I
me-
even considering that? What?
You are shown to guest rooms. Jack's room is with the guest rooms.
Yeah,
So it means they're a little bit away from the parents as well. It's just a regular room.
It's pretty plain. There is a poster of an X-wing on the plane, and there's also a new Boo fighter because I've heard things about them. And there's like just little like posters and like pictures and whatever, like maybe like a spinning hologram of a ship. Who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah.
And then you show the other rooms, which are really nice. Like everyone's got a double bed and like a chest and like mirrors and things.
Just like a king size bed for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're tiny. It's true.
I just looked at Jack. We done for today?
I mean, I might be seeing a doctor, I guess, but I mean, beyond that.
Cool. Shut the door and you hear a thud.
Well,
He's
you
unconscious.
can see the doctor with your father. I will go and take this droid to the oil bath. I think that'll be good. I've been picking up a thing or two about it. And,
R5, be gentle.
R5 just head just turns.
I'm gonna give R5 like my calm frequency.
Okay.
Yeah, it's smart.
And
I can come with you.
no, that's not. You know what? We were just having some lovely salmon, for the evening. So why don't you? We have some still on the kitchen table. Why don't you help yourself to that? We have a little bit of brandy, Commenor brandy.
Do you have any broth?
We can get some broth
a little hard. That'd be good,
ready.
thank you.
Yeah, we can just talk to the
He
chef
like
about
unscrews
that.
a
That'd be
little
fine.
thing and like pulls it out.
Yeah.
Just checks it's clean.
It's a goo tube
Yep.
for the food.
Goo tube.
Yeah, she is going to excuse herself back to the shed in the backyard, which is shed / warehouse to most other people, of course. But
Yeah.
We'll twist my arm, I guess. I'm gonna go eat and drink as much as I can fit in my tiny, stupid body, and then fall asleep.
so while you're waiting for the doctor, Gratz is immediately passed out in a comfy chair by a fireplace.
Does Gratz snore?
Belly, on show, shirt rised up.
Yeah, like anime style, fucking puffed up ass.
You know what I imagine his snoring be? This squeak snoring.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a concertina.
100%.
Yeah, like a concertina. Yeah.
In this time, Dr. Guarison will come in, takes a look at your leg, and just another Alderaanian human. You've been walking on this much longer than you should have been.
You mean at all?
Yes, you really should.
Yes.
Once this happened, you should have been put on a stretcher and taken right away to an infirmary.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to an injury like this, if you get a Bacta infusion, or you could have just bathed his leg in Bacta for a little while, and it would have done all the good in the world. But now it's going to be very hard to heal something like this without some very intensive surgery. We'd have to put a Duracell bar in where the bone should be.
At that point, will it be cheaper or more efficient to just do a prosthetic?
I am always prone to suggesting a prosthetic.
I know you are. This is why I'm asking you. You're an expert in this field. I am asking you because
If he gives you a look. If you're going to get robbed again, it might be pertinent to get a prosthetic. Because even surgery will still leave lingering injuries and wounds and phantom pain and all of that. A prosthetic... There can be issues with prosthetics if you get them from somewhere dodgy. I've seen some who've been getting things from beyond the inner rim, and honestly, you don't want that level of rust in one's bloodstream. But it's probably like does a tap on the knee. Yes, a good prosthetic would be excellent. I could arrange something for you.
How much would it be? Because I think technically for a leg it's 10,000, but I don't know if it's the full leg or if that's like what the deal is with that. How we?
No, it's not.
Is that not?
It's not 10,000.
Yeah, you only need half the leg.
That's my point.
That's also true. Looking, researching.
Just get the other leg done too while you're at it. You'll be like
No,
a Star Fox
no,
character.
No, I don't.
Yeah, if you want a fancy prosthetic, it's a lot more. But a regular prosthetic, just repairing it will be it's 2,000 for a full limb. So I might give you a discount for a bit. Not all the
Get
way,
crab
maybe 1,500.
Get crab legs like Darth Maul.
No, that's not. Well, I've got 200 on me right now, and that's obviously not enough. But let me talk to my mother and see what we've got. Also, are you by any chance an individual who really likes speeder bikes and would be willing to purchase a speeder bike?
You look at this like 50-year-old man.
Yeah. You might be going through a midlife crisis right now. That's what I'm checking for.
He shakes
Midlife
his head.
crisis check.
No, but maybe save this suspicious conversation.
It's not a suspicious conversation. You know my father's a collector of speeder bikes, right? Why are you so suspicious of everything that I say?
You have a hole in your leg.
All right, fair enough. Very reasonable, honestly.
I don't know what you're getting yourself into, Jack. There's a lot of kids around here who are getting themselves into trouble.
Not that kind of trouble. Those kids are being reckless. I'm not being reckless. This was something of a robbery, and I won't be putting myself in those circumstances again. But I agree with you, a prosthetic is probably smarter just because I am a pilot, and therefore there is always a chance of injury just because of the high impact nature of planetary piloting, just in case I screw up.
Well, if you're staying here on Alderaan for a little while, I'm sure that we and your family can arrange something, and it'll take quite a bit of rest time after the surgery to make sure it's all fitted correctly.
Well,
you're not a Jedi. You can't just slap a new arm on there and say it's all good.
Yes, well, I'm not exactly looking to just run away here, but my recovery time, I think I probably have about a week on my end here, which is probably enough to make sure it's fitted correctly, but I probably still have to rest a lot while I'm piloting. But did I tell you that I joined the Commerce Guild, so I've got some jobs I need to do.
Well, that would be good for paying off the leg.
Precisely. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Even if my mother does give me the money, I'd like to be able to pay her back. I don't want to be putting a burden on the family. So, yeah. So, in piloting, as I say, it's high impact if you crash, but if I don't crash, it should be fairly low strain on the leg. So,
well, I will talk to your mother another time. And he packs up his bag and his equipment.
I'm sure we'll be in contact. I'll talk to her tonight, and then we'll reach out probably tomorrow.
And he leaves.
Thank you, Dr. Guarson. It's nice seeing you again. Sorry for the circumstances. Gregory's if you do change your mind about a speeder bike, let me know.
You say that, and as you go to the door, and Gregory's like, "There's some okay speeders you picked up. You're nothing fancy. You don't often see a speeder bike with 2 seats like that. That's nice."
They're quite good. They've gotten us from A to B several times now, without incident.
I mean, that's mostly what you want a speeder bike for, unless you're, I told you, don't get into swoop bikes. That's,
swoop bikes?
That's beyond, that's dangerous. That's what that is.
Well, you know me. Prone to dangerous activity, Father.
Yeah, well, you know, that sounds good. It is what it is.
Yep. Do you want to buy a speeder bike, by the way?
I could maybe take these off your hands. You paint them. You know, I think they look good in. You know, it's a nice Alderaan white.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I've heard that that's a very popular color for speeder bikes around here as well.
I mean, it's just gunmetal gray right now. I mean, that's, you know.
Well, it's a nice base to work from, don't
It's
you
a nice
think?
base to work from, but
Yeah.
it's not going to have any flash. It's not going to have anything like that.
You know, I mean, they're not necessarily racing bikes, but you could do a nice racing stripe with the Alderaan white down, like just offset a
good.
little bit
That
on
could
the
be
right
good.
hand side.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we'd do
make
that.
unique to you.
You know, if you want to get them out of the lawn there, you could take them into round back in the shed.
Sure, why not? Do you want to try riding one? No, all right. I'll get.
I already had several brandies.
Yeah, I'll get Voka to help with that then, and we'll drive him around back to the shed there. Thank you, Gregory. And if you do want to buy them, we can talk about that. Obviously, you know, maybe price of a limb, maybe.
I mean, like, fair? That is probably what will happen.
All right.
You gonna go grab Voka and wheel these around?
Yeah, let's just wheel them around and get them
Can
into the...
both of you give me perception checks? I've just set up the dice.
After you.
Ready?
Mhm.
Ooh, a success.
Oh, mama! So you go and you open the shed.
Damn.
And there is a little bay there where they repair a couple of droids, and you know, most of the droids are like for clipping hedges and things like that, and you know, a gonk, classic gonk helping around. But it's not even on; it's just off in a corner. And Alpha 5 is in his is out of the oil bank, and as you're approaching, your mother is like so kneeling beside the droid, and there's a component open in the droid, and what he is showing her appears to be a glowing crystal. It's like a hunk of crystal. It's kind of fragmented with lots of different colors in it. To Voka, you're just like,
Shit.
oh, that's cool looking. To Jack, that triggers some stories you've heard of the old Jedi. The way it shines, the light that's casting off it. You know, I don't know if whether Jack would even be someone who would believe in the Force. It's not like your family is of the Force religion. But there's just... You just get a feeling.
He's heard stories of the famous pilot Anakin Skywalker and how good he was.
Oh, that one, huh?
That one person specifically.
You definitely get a Forcey feeling from that. And when they see you, it's like a snapshot. And your mom's like, oh, bring in the bikes. Are we going to be taking those bikes off? We don't need another pair of speeder bikes. They're small though, they're compact.
They're actually quite good. They're quite good bikes.
Yeah, they're all
Handle
good
pretty well.
bikes. They're all each...
What I will say is this might be a good opportunity if you wanted to, say, take them in and then sell them, because Dr. Guarson was suggesting a prosthetic.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, well maybe we'll
I was
maybe
thinking
for
a
the
straight,
price of taking these off your hands, we'll I'll open the checkbook.
Thank you very much. I would recommend that Gregory bring these down to see Leo, because I know Leo's got some Alderaan white paint, and Gregory's wanting to paint them white. So
We have nothing but Alderaan white paint, like motions to a bunch of buckets.
he bought more.
in the
Did he?
corner.
I hoped he would have run through.
Well,
the
it's
supply.
national pride.
I know. It's national pride, and it's also just the only paint he buys.
Well, he bought the gold for the plating on the Thranter.
Yes.
We haven't got much left of that.
No. I imagine he didn't want to replace it anyways. So, okay. Well, I would appreciate it. I'm sure Dr. Bronson will be calling me. No, I R5, buddy.
He's just like his head just like with frustration that you don't understand.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Mother, do you speak droid?
Oh
Never
no,
remembered you do.
not at all.
Yeah.
But there's an Nancy little one, isn't he?
He's ready to go. He
wants to go back to Miss Regal, right?
Yeah, you remember when you said you don't speak droid?
Yeah, but I've seen this droid.
Yes, I know you have. Who would be best to talk to? They've moved. Voka is trustworthy.
Oh, well.
And Jackie's actually going to close the door to the shed warehouse.
Rill and Mest took over when Aronta got captured and they moved out. Somewhere else on the run, I don't know. It's not too far.
Who would be best to talk to about that at this point? Is there anyone local who knows?
It's always the students at the university. The university's always got their ear to the stars.
Great.
There's protests there every now and again.
Yeah. They're gonna get themselves killed. Or worse, expelled. I mean, can you imagine being expelled from the Alderaan University? What kind of shame would that bring on their families? Anyways.
This droid has precious cargo. You need to get it back.
Is Oronto?
No. But I know that she used to work with them,
Right.
and we talked about it before. After a few too many sherries, how it would just take the will of the Force in the right place. It's not too late. This little care package this droid has, if it gets to the right person, could give hope.
Yeah, we're looking to break Oronto out.
Well, as your mother, I can't encourage that.
I know. As your son, I'm going to tell you that an Imperial shot through my leg.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have to. You can't stop now.
I may not be able to take the Thranto with me eventually. Because it may have too much heat on it. Know anywhere I should, could find a ship to maybe not raise any suspicion?
Oh, you could ask your dad about that, but Fanta's in the family.
At some point...
You can trust something like that.
I know. At some point, that ship is either going to get me killed or I'm going to get it killed. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm just thinking I should maybe steal a snubbed fight from one of those pretentious assholes out of the university and
Oh,
use that.
please.
I mean, you know I want to more than anything.
Oh, and the conversation gets a bit more jovial
Yeah.
as the night goes on, but still heavy-hearted. As you make plans to break Oronta out, contacting the right people. You're contacting the rebellion to secure payload to the right place and the right people.
At some point during that, hey, can I get help fixing my gun?
That's where we're going to be leaving off tonight. Yeah. That's that. We should be back next week. With all to put all the things in the right places. But first, why don't we talk about ourselves real quick, because I'm hungry.
Me?
Josiah, please.
Hello. That is I don't know. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear about? I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/DungeonDad. It's about Dungeons and Dragons, which isn't really what today's stream is about, but you know what? That's okay. If you like Dungeons and Dragons,
Only
you just go there.
nerds would play Dungeons and Dragons.
But you know what, Ollie? That's very non-inclusive of you.
I'm the least inclusive person in the world.
Hashtag cancel Ollie stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much my whole pitch. I have a YouTube channel. If you like D&D, check it out. It's pretty dope. You can follow me on Twitter too if you want, or don't.
A lot of spicy
I mean-
tweets. Your tweets are the...
Yeah,
do you have carbon monoxide poisoning? Because your tweets are in a downward spiral for the last month or so.
See,
They're a delight, but...
I just don't
Yeah.
tweet for like a week, and then I'll tweet 10 times in one day about like a weird hyper-specific topic. And people will just be like, are you okay?
It's not as bad as the tweet I found that had a big Josiah energy of someone going into the deep dive of Cars and a gazillion puns about what... because he was like, hey, remember how there's a Pope in the Cars universe and that's canon? And like... that means that there must be other religions, and he must have had like 100 replies, which were him continuing. It was magical.
Yeah, that's 100% like what
Big
you can
desire
expect to see on my
Big
Twitter.
desire
It's shit
energy.
like that.
Just a fever dream, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Valentine's Day was a lot of fun. I was just at work and it was very slow, so I just found a bunch of Valentine's Day cards that someone made in 30 seconds and then just tried to sign them with my finger on my phone using markup and then sent them to everybody. And then I realized after that, I was like, this means everyone who follows me is going to have their feed just flooded with shitty Valentines to people they don't
I did,
know.
yeah.
And that just made me want to do it more.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, great.
Happy
The one that I
Valentine's,
sent
Josiah.
to
Happy
Tash-
Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I will help you commit tax fraud. That's
Yeah.
how much I care about you.
Yeah, that was the one you sent me. Yeah.
That is the one I sent you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you,
I
Yoshi.
got the Happy Space Orgy Love Day or whatever bullshit name Bungie's got decided to
Like,
call their
that was-
holiday
that was-
event.
That was my favorite one because there were so many typos in it, and I didn't even
So
realize. And none of them were on purpose, but people don't know they're not on purpose.
They're all like
Bungie,
Bunger.
yeah,
Bunger.
Bunger, and like shit like that.
It is
And that's
exactly
the thing.
that's what shitposts for games are like, so it's like an even...
Exactly.
Double
So you
meta.
read it, and it looks like I did it on purpose, just trying to be funny, but I actually just
You do that
can't
very
spell.
often.
Okay. So here's one thing you need to understand about me if you follow me on Twitter. I tweet something without looking at what I'm typing. I just type it out and then click tweet and then read it and go, ah, shit. But I don't delete it and redo it because I don't care. So all of my tweets, I would say like over 50% of them have horrible typos in them. And that's just me. Whatever. I'm not going to censor myself for
Remember when I
man.
said, be quick?
No. Anyways, I actually don't remember.
I know!
Seems
That's
like-
the problem!
It seems like so long ago. Anyways,
It's been
That's-
10,000 years.
that's the whole thing. That's
Yeah,
how
it is!
fits.
The whole thing!
And nothing but the thing.
Next is Tash.
Hi, I'm Tesh of the Tesh Tube on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You should follow me on Twitch for Satisfactory, Destiny, Warframe, Monsanto, all that jazz. You should follow me on Twitter for cute animal gifs and updates about all the things we're doing. So yeah. See, that's quick.
Yeah. Tell us
And
more
he had
about
more
your
to
Twitter.
talk about as well.
Tell us more about your Twitter, Tash.
Someone who I'm sure
They've
has
even-
nothing to talk about is William.
Yeah. I mean, I do, but like
He's
not
got a new
ton.
wall.
Yeah, no, I completely
Bricked yourself in.
I renovated, and what I did was I wanted to reenact the Cask of Monte.
Yeah.
Here's from Edgar Allan Poe, and so I bricked myself in, and now I live here. But yeah, no, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Will and Graham. That's easily the best place to find me. I am going to be streaming again soon. I've been intending on doing it a little bit more frequently, but I've had some sick happening recently, so I haven't been able to. Yep, and I know what that means in British English, whereas
Will-
Yeah, I know. Is
bad
exactly.
grammar
Big sick.
in Will language. But no, I've just been sick, so I've been unable to actually stream. I was going to on Friday, and I wasn't able to. I might stream a little bit tomorrow if I'm feeling up to it, but we'll see. I've still been a little bit under the weather. But I will be streaming again soon. I don't know what yet, because we finished Jedi Fallen Order.
You did. You
and
need
I'm
something
gonna
new.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing something new. I don't know what yet. I'm gonna be figuring that out. Other than that, secret ass projects happening.
Ass projects.
Ass project. I'm the
Probably-
secret ass.
I know
man.
I've been saying this for a while, but an announcement is going to come out pretty soon. I think this is something I need to have a conversation with a couple of folks after the call actually about.
I would
Um,
love to go back and watch our live streams just to see
6 months.
the first mention.
Six
has
months
been.
ago.
It has been.
It's-
And I
it's-
even think I remember the first time Will did it. Be like, are you
Yeah.
sure you wanted to keep teasing
Yeah.
that bomb? And it's
100%
been-
I am.
6 months.
Absolutely. Yeah, 6 months. It's a reasonable amount of hype. But no. Anyway.
Be like a real man and let your secret projects die in a hole with no hype.
Because if I don't talk about it, there was a higher chance of us not actually doing it. This was my way of keeping us accountable.
Just accountability.
It's 100% what it is. There's a visual record of it.
I
Anyway,
said I'd defeat Nightmare King Grim on stream, and I didn't. So, you know, I don't give
yeah,
a shit
but
about
I'm a man of my
accountability.
word. I'm a
I
man of my
said I
word.
would say the whole truth and nothing but the truth on oath of the Bible, and I didn't do that either. So, wait,
Valid
Good.
crimes.
Happy Valentine's Day. So yeah, I mean, Secret Projects should have an announcement coming out soon for that, and someone who is going to be involved in that secret announcement is Ollie.
Hey, it's no secret, but I'm playing Waifu Simulator 2019. We're playing Fire Emblem pretty much any day I can. Waifu Simulator / Sleep with Your Students Simulator /
no.
why all these anime girls got trauma.
That's just anime girls.
Yeah, we're playing that every time I can, mostly Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. On Wednesdays, we have Yavaskir Horn of Plenty. If you're like, hey, why is there no Yavaskir? There is! It's just got a group of other people. I know, like, gross. That game exists. Also, if you support me on Patreon, which has had a lot of support lately, there is a Monday Game podcast that is a lot more chill. Yeah. That's it. I'm working on a bunch of stuff. I recommend following me on Twitter if you don't already, because that's where I talk about everything from side projects to art that I'm doing. So please go ahead and do that. We'll be back next week with the more, just more stuff. And yeah, that'll be that. So, say goodbye, kids at home.
Goodbye, kids at home.
That's not goodbye. That symbol doesn't mean goodbye at all. All right, we outie. See ya.